So this starts giving us a list of random selected numbers. Okay. And what I can do now is, because my goal is to create nested list, can I use a combination of list comprehension now? Right, something that I showed you earlier. Right, so I showed you in this list comprehension method that you put an operation and then you run that operation certain number of times. So given that, right, given that we've already learned this, my question to you is, can I use a combination of something like this and random sample to start getting a nested list of numbers? And just to let you know, Abhiram, what exactly we are doing, we are trying to learn how we can create nested list, which is lists inside lists more dynamically, right? We don't want to hard code. We don't want to declare everything manually. We want to learn processes where we can start creating nested list dynamically. And the specific example I've given is using random sample function, which gives a list as the output, and list comprehension, which was taught in the last session. Can I start creating a nested list? How do I write the list comprehension? Tell me. Okay, and do see that this already gives you a list. Running this code already gives you a list. Correct? So this can become your core operation, right? This particular line highlighted, this can become your core operation. Basically, if I just copy this and paste it here, this is my core operation to start with. And let's make it simple number wise. Let's say minus 10 to 11. Right. So my range of numbers on the number line is, I have the number line, I have 0, and I'm saying start picking numbers from minus 10 to 10. So this is my range, and I can start picking up numbers, right? Let's say I pick, instead of 10, I make it slightly more smaller. I want to pick, let's say, 3 numbers. So randomly it will start picking up numbers. Right? So that's how random sample really works. So it can pick a value from here, one here, and one here. And it will create a list out of it. Okay, it will save all of this inside a list. So that will be the first iteration, but I need to create more. So I'll add more, right? I'll just add more. And it is up to me how many I want to add, correct?
Yes, sir.
Right. So this is how the exact flow is working. Now tell me, based on this, what should I write here? I've already written the core operation, and this is going to fetch 3 random numbers from this range, minus 10 to 10, and create a list. But I also need to repeat it certain number of times. So what do I write now?
For loop.
Exactly. That's the other part of the list comprehension, right? So core operation has been defined, and this core operation will start picking up 3 items from that range. They start creating smaller lists of 3 numbers, and I can repeat this as many times I want. Sorry, I did not get copied. Okay, I just copy this and paste it here. So by writing this, I'm saying, by writing for I in range, I'm trying to repeat an operation 5 times. Which operation? This operation. So in a way, each of the smaller list is going to get created 5 times, and all of that is going to get appended inside a list, which is what this was doing, right? This is exactly what it was doing, right? The previous line, output generated is either heads or tails, and 5 such outcomes were generated, 5 such outcomes, and then all of that placed as items in a list, right? Which is the outcome that you see here. The only difference between this line and this line is that here each individual item is a list itself. Why? Because we know random sample gives a list as the output. Okay, shall we run this? Any questions before I run this?
Sir, can't we have both random sample and random choice together in the same list comprehension?
We can. Why not? You can actually, instead of range 5, or instead of putting 5, you can have random choice here also, so that your number of nested structure on inside lists are dynamic. Every time it is not 5. Let me run this and I'll come back on that. So when I run this, it gives me a nested list. Okay, clearing the screen. This is a nested list, as you can see, right? And it has how many items? 5 items. First of all, is this making sense? The code that I wrote here, is this making sense, people?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please confirm that. And it is up to me to change all of this. And at this point, you should be clear, if I make changes here, then how will it impact the output? And let's do a comparison. Let's keep this code here only. If I make a change here, then how will the output be different now? If I run this code, how will the output be different?
Sir, it will be 2 elements in each list.
Exactly. Right? Unlike this output where each list has 3 items, 3 numbers, output of this will be 2 items in each inner list. And you can play around with this also, right? You can just change, instead of range 5, you can have range 3. So it will give you 3 items. In that outer list, it will start giving you only 3 items, right? Is this clear? Absolutely clear, crystal clear. Now, the question and the point that you made, Shavya, can I not use random choice? I can. But random choice will give you one number. Okay, do remember, random choice gives you one outcome. And I showed you here also, right? It gives you a single number. So do remember how the output of that is, which is a single item, single number, and how do you want to use it in this code. Right? So, and you can always use it wherever you want. For example, if I use it here, then I can make this code slightly more dynamic. Right? So when I run this code, this part is going to be dynamic. Right? In one of the execution, it will run for 5 times, 4 times. In one of the execution, it will run for 1 time. Do you see it, all of you?
Yes, sir.
So the number of items in this nested list is going to be different, because now my range 3 is not a static value, it is dynamic, right? Because the inside input is a random choice generated output. So when I run this code, it does not give me anything, because this should be range. See, no one calls out, right? So the range was missing, so I added it. So now in this execution, it gives me 3 items. Okay, if I run this again, just 1 item. Why? Because out of this random choice, the output was 1. So range 1 got applied. Okay, let's run it again. So now this time range 4 got applied. So that's the beauty of using different functions in random module: choice, sample, and there are a few more.